Before real estate, I grew up racing motocross. I raced professionally from time I was 15 to like 22. I did that, traveled all over the world doing that, and just came to a point where the economy with racing and the risk to reward wasn't worth it, and my career went very well. So I just decided to get out of it and just start new while I was young, and worked with my dad for 3 or 4 years doing bridge construction. It was a good buddy of mine. Been my mentor through my life with racing, and he wanted me to get my real estate license. He lives out in the Hamptons in New York, and there's a lot of money to be made in real estate there. So he was advising me to get my real estate license, and along that process, I kind of stumbled upon Cody, and I just started reading, and I wanted to give it a try and see what it was about before I got my real estate license, and yeah, we're here now. I've been doing good. I've only been in it for about 3 weeks now, but I have 4 cash buyers at home. I've gotten within the first week of trying it. My connections through racing have always helped. I have a lot of connections and people I know all over, so that's something I'm looking forward to getting into. And we've been here, and it's just been awesome being here and working on the phones with everyone and getting over that, not fear, but I haven't done it yet, and I was waiting to come here before I was to make a call because I didn't know the right way. And it's just been a huge help since I got here. Yeah, I put my nose right down, and I picked up the phone, and I started calling, and I got a lot of forms filled out, a lot of information, and things where people were going to call back. I got a couple big ones. One's for 150 apartments on one piece of property, so that's a huge one that we're definitely going to go after. And you can't beat getting the real experience doing deals, how you're going to do them at home while having the help to ask questions if you're stuck, situations, getting the wrong calls, the wrong people, the right people, all while you're doing deals and can potentially make money. I don't know anywhere else you can get experience while being able to get money in your pocket. Yeah, it really doesn't get any better than the experience being here, making calls, and actually doing the deals. I mean, this is what you're going to do when you go home. You want to run your business, you're going to pick up the phone every day and call, and I mean, this is what you have to do. They teach you all the right ways to run it, the right ways to enter it, the right ways to do everything. And after you leave here, it's pretty much up to you. I mean, it's been not even a full 2 days, and I feel super comfortable. I was already comfortable before I came here, just from the videos that I've watched and the information, just reading. So you come here, and when you leave here, you are, I mean, haven't left yet. We still have ways to go, and I'm feeling confident and excited to get back home to put this all in effect. Just the atmosphere here, it just pushes you and makes you want to do better. I know I've been told that some people have seen the success I'm doing and how hard I'm working. The first night here, I was here till 1:30 in the morning last night, and I was here all by myself in the room and still working, putting in work, because I wanted to get it done. So I was ahead for the following day. But that's what it takes, and I have a huge deal that's right now we're going to be negotiating, and it's something that could definitely change the game for me for my first year. I mean, something that could bring me halfway to my goal, and it's my 3rd week in. It's a potential big deal, and I'm really shooting for that one. I'm shooting for all of them, but that was definitely a huge moment for me to see that and find that, because I was calling so many people, and I was calling, and I was searching, and just everything I saw, I called, and I called, and I called, and I stumbled upon that. And to find that was like Christmas, when you find something like that, and you talk to them, and you find out the information, and you realize this deal right now could jumpstart my whole career in real estate. To be in the business for 3 weeks and possibly be able to land a deal that is your return of 150,000. That's huge, and I don't know anywhere else that you can have that success and do that. So I'm definitely pushing towards that, and to try and reach that goal and hit that goal and find some more deals like that and just keep grinding every day. It's my family. My dad, he, through his life, I mean, with racing, he gave up everything. He gave up all his weekends, all as I was growing up, to go to the races with me. It was traveling, me and him. If we didn't have it, he'd find a way to get it. Take out credit cards, whatever it was. Went in a lot of debt from racing, but that was to fulfill my dream of being a professional motocross racer, which I did. And he's a hardworking guy, and he's pulled himself out of all that debt on his own, and that's huge. And him and my mom both are amazing people. They've always been there for me. So to do this and be able to give back to them anything would be huge. My mom is someone that's always believed in me. She's always been there. Anything I've ever done, she's been my best friend. She's been the rock that holds the whole family together. And she's suffered some things, breast cancer. She's a breast cancer survivor and strongest person I know, and she's a rock. And she deserves to be spoiled more than I could ever give her. So to just give back, be able to build myself and to make them proud, not from my dad proud from something I've done racing, but proud because, wow, my kid just started his own business on his own, left the job of security where he could have my position and did it on his own. So to make them proud of me and give back to them for all the years of sacrifice they did so I could live my dream and just take care of them. They deserve it more than anyone. So every day, that's kind of why it's always nice to build your own and have money, but when you can give back and use that money to help take care of the people that took care of you and have made you the person that I am today, which is why I work so hard. That's what keeps me going. They deserve. I mean, I would love for them to not have to work. I mean, I would love to build an empire to where it's like, hey, Dad, it's time you retire. He's a hardworking guy. I don't think he'll ever retire. But to have that option, and my mom works from home. She does medical typing. So for me to be able to give her something, or to send them on a vacation, or to do anything, I don't even think I could give them enough to pay back for all the years. Just put their marriage through tests and tests after tests with racing and money and just stress, and there's nothing I could do to fully repay them, but just anything I can do and make enough money, not just for myself and not just for them, but just to let them feel how I feel and do it as a team. And I know they always have my back and are always there to support me, and they deserve to be taken care of. I mean, it's really. I grew up racing. I was a top kid racing. I mean, I won a lot. Like that's what I was. That's why I made it to as far as I did. So I mean, yeah, I have that competitive side of if I'm gonna do something, I'm all in. Let's do it. I want to be the best. I want people to know my name because that's how it was in racing. I want to leave Clever Investor Labs and be like, that kid did more than anyone else and worked his butt off, and be able to come back here and help people, because what my mentors and everyone here is doing for me is huge. And it's going to set me up awesome because I understand what the importance of a mentorship is and working with these people. And I can give that back, and I can implement everything they're saying because I know the importance of it. And it's just, I strive to be the best always. That's something that I get from my dad. Is he's a perfectionist. I want to be a perfectionist. I'm very laid back, but when it comes to work, I am. Let's do it. Let's get it done. Let's get it done as fast as we can, and let's go. That's it. I like to help people all I can. I used to help people with racing and teach as far as that and do some coaching, so I understand that. So, it just keeps me going to prove to my family. My dad, when I first told him about this, he wasn't very sure of it. He was very on the fence, not knowing, wasn't even pumped about it. He's a hardworking guy, construction. There's no way that's going to work, but it's going to work. So to show him, not to prove him wrong, but to show him, Dad, look, I just made this much on a deal, and like I can take care of you now, and like I can help you with anything you ever need. That would be huge. So it's a daily thing of keeping me going with my family and just myself, just to do it for myself. It's awesome. It's definitely a decision to do. You have to have that faith, and if you're half-hearted about it, it's not something for you. You have to believe in it, and you have to decide in your mind that this is what I'm going to do, and this is something that can change my life, and I'm going to do what I have to do to get there. It's hard. You're going to be uncomfortable. You're going to be in an awkward positions, but it's all right. Like, anyone can run a marathon, whether you have one leg, no legs, it doesn't matter. You're in a wheelchair, you keep going. And that's all there is. If you want to do something, anything, you just keep going. So coming here was definitely an amazing decision for me. I would do it again in a heartbeat. I'm going to go home and crush everything that I can in New York and network myself as much as I can across the whole country with all my contacts I have from racing over the years and just all my years of traveling, and put everything I have into this every day. I've set some pretty steep goals. I don't know if they're obtainable, but I set them, and I'd rather set big goals and come up a little short and still be far above everyone else's goals than just setting the average goal. My goal by April 1st, which is in about a month, to be debt-free on any credit card debt I have and any other debts. And by August 1st, I would like to have $100,000 sitting in the bank. And in 1 year's time, I would like to have $300,000 to $500,000 in the bank and be ready to take on a team and hire some people and build this and keep building, and have people working with me and working for me, and be able to do more and accomplish more and tackle more of the country with this. And the possibilities are endless when you leave here. It's all what you want to do with them, how big you want to go with them. You can find anything and make any kind of money you want, I feel, after you leave here. It's how much you want, how big your dreams are. If you set small goals, you're going to come up short on those goals. But I feel like if you set huge goals for yourself, you'll get them, or you will eventually get them. You just got to keep going. I know what I want to do with this, and I'm willing to work 7 days a week. I'm young right now, so I have nothing but time. 7 days, all day, all night, I'm ready to put in the work. I have a 5-year plan set for myself, and I have 5 years till I'm 30, and I will be set when I'm 30. I will be very comfortable when I'm 30. Doing everything I did in racing, that was a huge thing that helped me and helps me now to have that competitiveness and that drive. And there's a lot of times back when I was racing that I wish I could go back now, because I'm a little bit older now and I have a little bit more of a drive now and a little more mature, where there's things I wish I could have done more and things I could have done more when I was racing. So to see those things that I wish I could have done more of and put in a little bit more work, and now I'm a little bit older now and I can see those things. So to know, well, maybe I could have went a little bit further with racing if I did those things. But now owning my own business and working with Clever Investor and starting my own company, it's like, okay, well, I could have maybe done a little bit more, but that was back then. So now it's a whole different ball game. This is my own company, and it's a whole different animal. And I've changed so much and grown so much from racing, and it's turned me who I am today. And that's what is going to make me dominate this and be one of the top guys doing this. It's hard. It is definitely hard. I mean, I loved racing, and racing was my life, my whole life. And once I stopped that, I started working for my dad, building bridges. And I started from the bottom there. And I started from the bottom and worked my way up a little bit, and it was just not something I wanted. I was used to racing and my own schedule, and okay, I'm gonna wake up early and go to the gym and let's go ride, and it was my own time. So work with my dad, starting from the bottom again. So now leaving that, where I had a job security and I had a possible be able to be a boss one day and take his position. So to completely have 4 or 5 years working with him and say, no, I'm done. I'm going to do something else and start from the bottom, and deciding on my own that I'm going to do this full time. I'm not going to work for you this year. I'm going to do something else, and jumping out there. And basically the best way for me to do this on my own was to tell him I'm done and I'm going to sink or swim. Because pushing myself to that point of, well, you don't have a job now and you have bills, so it's time to sink or swim. And I can't sink, so it's time to swim. So that's what pushes me, is to show him. And people I used to work with, they were like, oh yeah, I mean, you'll always talk about leaving construction. Everyone talks about it, but it's hard to leave. I mean, the money's good. You make good money, but you work 1 million hours for someone else to make their money. And that's not what I'm about. I'm not about working 6, 10-hour days to make someone else's dream. I control my own destiny, and I'd rather work 1,000 hours a week and for myself to build my own empire and my own money and do something that's going to benefit me every day because I'm doing the work for myself. I don't think there's a better feeling than working and knowing, okay, if I do this and I'm going to work this hard, I'm going to work this many hours, then I'm going to make this much money. Because in this business, it's how much work you put in. If you want to make a little bit of money, you want to do this on the side, that's great. You're going to make a little bit of money, you're going to do this on the side. If you want to be a millionaire one day and you want to have things and you want to give back to your family and you want to support your kids and give a life to people that are important to you, then you have to do this full time, nonstop, eat, sleep, breathe it. And that's what's going to put you in that position to make that. It's all, there's not a better feeling than what you put into this, you're going to get out of it. And it's the same thing with life, but you really kind of hone in on it when it's your own company and it's your own business. And hanging around all day and making a couple phone calls, you're not going to go anywhere doing that. You have to wake up and do this from the time the sun is up till it's down if you want to be successful. And eventually you will build an empire, I feel. And like the successful people I'm working with here that are teaching me, they don't do that anymore. They might have done that when they started. It's what everyone has to do. You start from the bottom and you grind and you work hard and you do your thing. And eventually you can relax. But to be able to relax after all that grinding for yourself, to relax for yourself is a whole different animal than doing it for someone else to then retire off someone else's money that you made them. It's just a whole different animal. And I'm fortunate enough to be young and be able to see that. And I can't even tell someone enough to just open your eyes and just think outside the box. Not everyone has your best interest, and it could be your mother, your dad, it could be your friends. they're going to tell you, oh, you're not going to make any money in that. You're not going to, if it's that easy, everyone would do it. But it's not easy, and you have to actually do it daily, nonstop, and it's not easy, but it's for yourself. You just have to wake up one day and decide, do I want to do the 9 to 5? Do I want to do the average life, or would I like to live the life that some people sit in their cubicles or drive to work and are like, wow, if I hit the lottery one day, I could do all this. You don't need to hit the lottery. You can do it on your own. You just got to wake up, decide one day, this is what I want to do. Get a hold of Clever Investor and do whatever you can to get involved and start it up. That's all it is.